Okay. Well, welcome everybody. It is so nice to have such a large group of people here on a Wednesday morning, just hungry for more knowledge and to learn and train and get better every day. I wanted to give you a quick introduction. My name is Lety Algeri. I am a new National Marketing Director, 24 Club with the Juice Plus Company, and so excited to be sharing with you guys. So I'll tell you my story real quick. I was a teacher and got into teaching because I love to make a difference and want to help others, and got married, bought a house, got pregnant, and decided to resign when my daughter was born so that I could stay home and raise my children. So through a series of some medical issues that we had with my daughter, our eyes were open to that food can either harm you or can heal you, really depending on what you're putting in your body, and everyone is different. So that led us down the road of more natural and holistic ways of healing, from naturopaths to chiropractors and holistic health coaches and acupuncturists and all that kind of stuff. So fast forward a little bit, I have a second child. They're all in school age, and my husband says, hey, go back to work. We could really use the money. And I was like, yeah, no, I kind of like being home. So I decided to go back to school to become a certified holistic health coach. And I felt that there was such a need for that because as a stay-at-home mom and being at all the play dates and at the playground, I saw the food that was coming out. I saw what kids were being fed, and then I saw their behaviors that followed the foods that they were eating. And I saw that kids were getting in trouble for not behaving, or that they were not excelling in school because they couldn't pay attention. But I knew that food had something to do with it. And I thought there was a really big need for that. So long story short, I went to health coaching school. I started working in a practice. I had 2 offices. It was a great practice. It was really working well, except that, remember my goal of staying home to raise my children? Well, my clients wanted to see me evenings and weekends. And that's when I needed to be home with my family. And so what was happening is that I was home all day prepping while my kids were in school. And as soon as they'd get home, I'd go out and work. And that lifestyle was not working for me. So at the same time, my husband says, you know what, put your resume back out. You need to go back to teaching. I think we really need to get you back in that routine. And as much as I love teaching and always have, I loved my life of being home, putting my kids on the bus, being PTA mom, being in the school all the time. So I was a little hesitant to do it. At the same time that I put my resume out, Juice Plus fell into my lap. So as you can imagine, like most people, I didn't really think much of it. Didn't know I had $1 million business I was sitting on here. But I did mention it to some of my clients, and they said, you know what? I'd love to try it. I said, okay, I guess I'll become a distributor. So I became a distributor. I ordered product for my clients, and I hadn't even ordered for myself yet. I get my welcome packet in the mail. I'm sitting at the karate studio where my kids do karate, reading through the literature, and I have 5 people surrounding me like sharks. Like, what is that? What is that? Fruits and veggies and a gummy? You can get this in your kids? What do you mean? So I was like, this is so easy. Oh my gosh. Right there, I had all these orders. I still had not ordered my product. So then I said, okay, I better order a product. I better find out what I've got, what this is all about. And the rest is history, obviously. We started, I really looked at this not only from a perspective of helping people and making such a difference in their lives, but from a business perspective, and that this could replace my health coaching business. And it more than has. And in a little over 2 years, our team got to National Marketing Director. And it's just been an amazing journey, and so excited to keep it going and keep it going. So that's a little bit about me. But one of the reasons that I think things worked out pretty well was that I'm trying to share my screen, so give me 1 second. We were pretty consistent with what we did, and we made sure that we were always productive and not just busy. Can someone give me a thumbs up if you see my screen? Are we good? Okay, awesome. So being productive, we're busy. And that's really what we're going to talk about today. And it's interesting that I'm going to be sharing about this because this is not my strength, I'll be honest. And so you're probably thinking, why would I train on something that is not my strength? I work hard at this. I have to remind myself every day to be active and be proactive and be productive. And so I think that makes me very understanding of how challenging this could be for other people. So understand that this is something I work at every single day. We all start, oh, there we go. We all start our day with 24 hours. We all have the same 24 hours. Whether you're a D or a National Marketing Director 100 Club, we all work the same amount of hours. So what's the difference, right? So the first thing is we're going to talk about what our priorities are. And being that I used to be a school teacher, I really like to do more hands-on stuff. So if everybody could have a piece of paper and a pen handy, we're going to make a little list. I want you to draw something on your paper that looks like this: home, and then Juice Plus business. And I want you to list a few, I put 5, but you could do whatever you want, a few of your priorities in your home life and then in your business. And I'll give you about a minute to do that. All right, how about 15 more seconds? And those of you watching the recording, please go ahead and do this as well. Okay, so I'll give you some of my examples. So for home, my responsibilities are to cook, to clean, to food shop. I need to be present for my kids and do laundry. Does that sound similar to any of you? Right? Okay. So my Juice Plus business, I need to get new customers. I need to plan events. I need to hold on and sustain my customers. I need to be on Facebook posting, and I need to do some team building. Does that sound okay to you guys too? Similar? Okay, good. So we're gonna come back and we're gonna revisit that in just a few minutes. But first I wanna tell you a little story. If somebody were to give you a pile of big rocks, a pile of sand, and a pile of little rocks, and you had to fit them all into a jar, there's only one way that they would fit. And the way that they fit, see, if I start with the sand first, the little things that don't really matter, and then the medium things, and then the big things, it doesn't fit in there. Those big rocks, I can't jam them in there no matter what. But see, if I start by putting in the big rocks first, and then the little pebbles, and then what happens to all those little air gaps fills the sand, fills it all in. When we put our big rocks first, then things move forward. We have so many responsibilities in a day. We really do. And we have to figure out which ones need our attention first. So, you know, if you have more than 3 priorities or 3 big goals, you have none at all. And I'll tell you a really quick story. My daughter has a special shelf in her room. And every time she finds anything, she goes, "Oh, Mommy, this is going on my special shelf. This is going on my special shelf. And this picture and this rock and this shell." Well, one day I said to her, "Juliana, none of this stuff is special because there's so much of it. Everything can't be special because then it's not." That's the definition of special, right? Something that's different, that's unique, that's important. So let's go back to our priorities and take a look at our list. I want you to cross off so that you only have 3 things on your list, 3 priorities. What can you get rid of at home, and what can you get rid of in your Juice Plus business? So take a few seconds and just literally make a line through it. I know this is scary. It's okay. Don't be scared. Okay. So this is what I said. Let me go back. I can get rid of cleaning. Not that I have a very dirty house. It's a little dirty, but I can hire somebody to do that for me, or I can ask my kids to help out a little bit, okay? I'm not giving up the cooking or the food shopping or being with my kids. That's really important to me. I can give up laundry. My husband helps out all the time. The kids are now putting their laundry away. Yes, their drawers are a mess, but guess what? It's done, and I don't have to do it. Now, Juice Plus business. I need my customers. I need events, but I'm not an event planner. My job is not to plan events. And Facebook is important, but I'm not a social media expert. That's not what I do. I use social media and I use events, but that's not my job title. To continue this business, I need new customers, I need to keep my old customers, and I need to keep building team. And that's it. Those are the 3 things that I need to focus on. So when you start your day, you need to say, what am I doing moving forward to my 3 goals? And these are my 3 goals. Yours may be similar, they may be different. They're your goals. Are we good? Does that make sense? Okay, Good. So I want to give you some tools that for you to stay true to these priorities. And the first one is, this is my favorite. It's to say no. How many times do we say yes to everything? Yep, I can do this. I can do that. I'll do this event with you. I'll jump on this Zoom call. I'll volunteer at PTA. That happened to me today even. My brother, I have a crazy day. My brother-in-law is like, can you take my daughter to the orthodontist? What did I say? Yes. See, I should listen to my own presentation and say no. But I said yes. Don't listen to me. This is one of my favorite quotes. And it says, every time you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else. So think about that. What are you saying no to? So I said, yes, I'll take my niece to the orthodontist. I know he needs help. Well, by saying yes, I'm saying no to something, whether it be helping my kids with homework, or whether it be jumping on another Zoom call, or whether it be sitting down to dinner peacefully without running out of the house. I said yes. That means a no is coming as well. So keep that in mind and learn to say no. I'm very proud of myself. I was involved in 2 major positions in PTA, a council board for health and wellness for a whole district, and being on the PTA board for my kids' individual school. And you know what? It wasn't serving me. I was getting nowhere with it, and I let it go. And that's a handful of nights a week that now I'm home. It's busy work that I didn't need to do that now I can invest into my business, right? So say no to things. It's okay. Even Steve Jobs says no. Do you see that? The other thing is, we all feel that multitasking is a really great thing to do. It's not. Our brains are literally not wired to multitask well. I've been trying to perfect it for years. You can't do it. Some things you can do, like when I'm driving, I'm always listening to a training or a recording. That I feel like you can multitask because you're just sitting in the car driving. But when you're trying to cook dinner and answer calls and do homework, and it doesn't work out, make time for what you need to do and literally stop multitasking. Here's a great tip for you. Have you ever heard of a Pomodoro Clock? So a Pomodoro Clock is, there's a long story behind it, but Google it. It's a cute story. But this is pretty much what it is. You need to figure out what task needs to be done. So let's say, you know what? I'll give you an example. I have a training on May 20th that I need to prepare for. So that's my task. I'm going to work on this training I need to prepare for. So then what I need to do is set the timer to 25 minutes. No more, no less, 25 minutes. Because you have an attention span of 25 minutes, okay? And you have to work on that task until the timer rings. How many of you in the middle of doing something get a phone call, get a text, get a voice, a message, get a Facebook message, get a Voxer, the phone rings, you decide you're hungry, you have to pee, right? All these things. And it takes our attention away from what we're doing. You are not allowed to do anything but the task at hand for 25 minutes until that timer rings. There are apps you can get on your phone that are called Pomodoro Clocks, or you can just put the timer on your phone, okay? Whatever you want to do, but set a timer. If a distraction gets into your head, because you know our brains don't stop, when you're working on that task, you have a pad and a pen. And when something jumps in, like, oh, I was supposed to call Joey or whatever, you write, call Joey, and then you put it aside and you get back to your work. When somebody texts you, you swipe it away. Just get rid of it and put it to the side. Literally ignore everything unless your house is on fire. That's the only excuse for you to stop working on what you're doing, okay? So that's it. And then you just stick on that task. After that timer rings, take a 3 to 5 minute break. Go get a drink, go walk around. If you wanted to answer a phone call, whatever it is that you need to do. But for those 25 minutes, you're focused on that task. And then you could start again, depending on what your day looks like. You may have multiple 25-minute chunks that you want to get things done, or you may just have one 25-minute chunk. And believe it or not, you guys, you can get a lot done in 25 minutes if you're not distracted. So use the Pomodoro Clock. Good? All right. Next, delegate. You do not need to do everything. You know how we always say make a to-do list? Make a to-not-do list. What do you not have to do today? right? What can you get rid of? And this I love because it says, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Are you an egotistical narcissist? And it sounds ridiculous, but what I'm saying is can't somebody else take this job for you? Do you have to do everything? Do you have to control it? Or can somebody else do just as good of a job for you? There's a girl on our team who makes the best flyers ever. I can't make flyers. They take me forever. I can't do it. And Jenny made the flyer for this call, so thank you, Jenny. Have somebody delegate. Have somebody else make that. Maybe you're doing an event. Okay, let's make a list. You guys focus on the food. Put 3 people in charge to have them take care of the food. Have this person take care of the invites. And so delegate. You don't need to take care of everything. And guess what? Your team really enjoys feeling important and feeling like they have a say and that you're not micromanaging everything. People want to be heard. So let them be heard. Give them that opportunity. All right. Number 4. I'm so excited. I'm doing this so fast. I thought I was going to be here for an hour. Okay. This is the one that takes the longest, and I really want to spend some time with you guys. Make an action plan. We all talk about goals, and we say, oh, what's my goal? Okay, my goal by where are we going? Indianapolis is to hit sales coordinator, hit senior sales coordinator, or to have a qualified business. And all those things are amazing. And I love that. I love goals. But more important than not more important, but as important from setting goals is making action steps to go with it, okay? I have a flyer or a worksheet, remember the teacher and me, I love worksheets, that I have, and I'm happy to share it. I'll put it on the Red Tribe group so that you guys can share it out with your team. And it looks something like this. We're gonna break it up. It's a big piece of paper, and I just broke it up into 3 chunks. And I break it up into, and if you don't mind writing down on your paper right now, my short-term goal is. And what that means is this week, something short. So in this example, I wrote that we were going to have a soup swap. If you don't know what a soup swap is, it's super, super fun. It's more for the fall and the winter. But everybody comes with a soup and brings their recipe and mason jars, and we all talk about just life, and we mingle and we hang out and healthy living, and we all taste everyone's soups and go home with 4 to 5 mason jars filled with different soups. So now you have lunch for the week. It's an awesome, awesome event. So one of the goals I had when I wrote this out was to have a successful soup swap. That's great. That's my goal. What are my action steps to get it? So action step number 1, I want to post it on my team page to advertise, hey, we're having a soup swap on Tuesday. Invite everybody to it. That's an action step. Number 2, I want to call or text the following people to invite them. Then I happen to be going out with a bunch of PTA moms for breakfast that week. I was obviously going to bring it up to them and share with them. And number 4, I was going to send my husband to school he's a teacher, with a flyer so he could share it at school. So my goal is a soup swap. That's great. But what are the action steps to get me there? And that's for my short-term goal, okay? So I'm going to walk you guys through this, and then you're going to do it. Then the second part of the paper says my medium goal. And that's about a month. What am I going to do this month? And if you guys notice, this is not fancy. This is in my sloppy handwriting. There may be misspellings in here. It's definitely not my strength, spelling. So this is something that should just be very easy and natural to you. I want someone on my team, her name is Mary, to hit sales coordinator this month. Okay, great goal. Well, what do we need to do to get her there? I need to check her numbers and tell her exactly what she's missing. I need to do a 3-way call with her new team member so we can get that person to VF as quickly as possible. Set up an event for her to have for her team to invite to, set up an event at her house. And I didn't have a 4th step in this case. I had 3. And I thought with those 3 steps, we would be on the right path. So it doesn't always have to be 4. It needs to just make sense for that topic, for that goal, sorry. All right, let's see, one more. So this was a little whiles back when I did this before I hit NMD. And so my long-term goal was to hit 33 in Payline and hit NMD. So what do I need to do for that? 1, I want to check my genealogy report. You know what? I may have a whole bunch of declined cards that I'm not realizing that are taking away from my Payline, or people that are canceling or reshipping. Let me make sure I'm reaching out to them and finding out what's going on. More than once I've had people cancel because their kids don't like gummies. And then we have a conversation and they end up ordering capsules and shakes to put the capsules in the shakes. So a cancel doesn't mean I don't like this. It just means this may not be working out for me right now. Let's find a better plan. Breaking down of what everyone needs to add to maintain, setting up a Facebook party, launching a 10-day shred, hosting another soup swap. These are all my action steps to get me there, okay? So what I would like for you guys to do is take a few minutes and write down my short-term goal is, and write 1, 2, 3 underneath it. My medium goal is 1, 2, 3. And my long-term goal is, and 1, 2, 3. And again, I'm happy to share the worksheet with you, but in the meantime, get this into your notes. And go ahead and pick one of them to focus on right now, just one. Find your goal, and then what's gonna help you achieve that goal. And those of you at home who are watching the recording, please go ahead and join us and do this with us. Okay, take one more minute and then we can discuss this in the Q&A part as well. I love seeing you guys all busy writing. Makes me happy. Okay, I'm just gonna recap what we talked about, and then I will take it off the recording, and then we could share a little bit more about everyone's, or you know what, actually, Jake, can you unrecord everybody, unmute everybody real quick? Okay, good. I hear you all. Does anybody want to share a goal and an action step? Anybody feel like talking? No, everyone's being shy today? No? Okay, then I guess we can mute everybody again. Nobody feels like sharing.
Okay, you want to walk?
Mark?
You do? Okay.
Okay, so I guess, do you want to share with us what you did? You know what? Let's mute everybody out. We'll talk about it off air. Priorities are. What are your big rocks? No more than 3. Remember that special shelf. If it's too many things on that special shelf, it's not special anymore. Pick 3 things to focus on. Learn to say no. It's okay to walk away from things that you feel are responsibilities, but they're not. Life will go on without you. You need to focus on those priorities. Focusing on one thing at a time is huge, you guys. Use that timer and just get all your distractions out of the way. And delegate, right? Ask team to help you. Ask family to help you. Do laundry. Ask them to food shop. Ask them for whatever you need. A lot of people also are talking about hiring virtual assistants that you can do very inexpensively that can do a little bit of your back end of your work for you. Check your reports. See who's canceled, and make lists for you, who's declined. So ask for help. And of course, my favorite is to make a clear action plan. Always, always, always make your goals, but action steps. And my team knows, I always say, okay, great. Now what's your action step? What are you going to do with that? And that really will move you forward, because then you have a concrete vision as to where you're going and how to get there. And you guys, that really just brings us to that you can do anything, but you can't do everything. So pick what it is you want to do and go out there and do it. And you can. So that's it. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I hope you got something valuable out of this, and you will make tomorrow an even better day than yesterday.